Check, check. 1, 2, 3. All right, you guys ready to do this? Hey, welcome to the Maybe You're Like Me podcast with me, Mike Burns. Listen, I know we're all more alike than we care to think. We've all got dreams, we've all got hopes, but sometimes we can feel a little alone trying to navigate in this crazy world we live in. So, this podcast is all about you, and it's all about me and how maybe we're a little more alike than we care to think. Welcome to Maybe You're Like Me. Today's episode is a super fun one for me because it's the episode we got to record live in front of a ton of friends at Pressed Books and Coffee House with the owner, Christina. If you've never met Christina, she is an awesome business owner. She's a wife, she's a mom, and she's just super cool. I really hope you enjoy this live episode of Maybe You're Like Me. All right. Hey, welcome to Maybe You're Like Me with me, Mike Burns. And today we have a very special guest here in her home. This is a live podcast with a bunch of friends. This is Christina Needham. Christina, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking an interest in me and in Pressed and for all of your support for the store. You guys are what makes us successful. So thank you so much for coming and supporting.
Oh man, I am beyond blessed. I just all day, I've been thinking about how much fun this is going to be. And now that I'm here, I was wrong. I'm just kidding. This is fantastic. All right. So in the beginning, we need to get to know who you are. For those of you that have been sleeping and living under a rock and don't know Christina or Pressed, can you give us the information, give us the details? Who is Christina?
Well, I am Christina.
Hey.
And first and foremost, I am the wife of Paul and the mother of 3 wonderful children, Nora, Ezra, and Owen.
Awesome.
And I'm also the third child.
Oh, wow.
Third born.
Okay.
So I feel like that's kind of important if you like birth orders. Are you into birth orders?
You know, I was born in an order.
What number are you?
I think it was top first and then the middle and then the bottom of me came out. That is the actual order. No, I'm actually the middle child. So
middle child. So yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm sandwiched right in the middle. So way to go.
All right. So you're, I'm guessing you're 3 of 5. Good work. That was me doing the most math I've ever done since college. I feel really good about that. It was that and then my taxes. So I'm happy that we figured that out. So are you, okay, so let's just figure this out right now. Are you like me? Are you crazy extroverted, yelling into microphones for no reason?
I'm both. I like my alone time where I can recharge, but I love being around people. I love getting to know people, which has been my favorite part of opening Pressed.
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
The people I've gotten to meet in this last year, I truly see them as friends that I didn't know before the store.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think it's so cool that you just started something brand new in our city, and I want to get to that in just a second. But all right, so here on Maybe You're Like Me, the whole goal is to get past the filtered version of you. Okay. And so if somebody was to find your Instagram and to follow you and try to figure out who is Christina Needham, what would they see of you on Instagram or Facebook or wherever?
It would be very lame because I'm not active on my personal Facebook and Instagram. But you would probably, if you did some digging, you would probably see that I'm actually a musician.
Whoa.
This is a second career for me.
Okay.
So prior to this, I was in music education.
Okay.
And so you would see that. You'd see me playing the piano, things like that.
All right. This is a real quick prove it. Give me the hand signs for do, re, mi, sa, lo, whatever all those things are. And I just realized I asked you to do a hand symbol for a podcast. So everybody out there, she did something that resembled a musical hand signals. It looked cool to me. So yes. I believe you now. So
awesome. Thank you.
So your musical, did you say you played some instruments?
I studied piano in college.
Okay.
So most of my career has been accompanying.
Okay.
So throughout all different schools and community choirs, children's choirs, churches, weddings, funerals, all of it.
Good on you. Congratulations. Yes. All right. So we are here in the place that 1 year ago, 2 days ago, you opened. 1 year and 2 days ago, you opened Pressed. So this is a little bit different than our normal episodes, but I want to hear what inspired this. Why Pressed? Why Lakeland? Why downtown? Why all of it? Give me the deets.
Sure. Well, I'll start back a couple years ago for a family beach vacation.
Okay.
Where you're sitting on the beach and you're with your siblings and you're in your adulthood and you're thinking, the question, what could you do if you could do anything? What's your dream job? Yeah. Do you ever have those conversations with all the time with your family on vacation?
I have them with myself. Is that bad?
No, that's perfect.
Good. Okay.
So there was this thought of what Lakeland might want or could benefit from is a bookstore. Yeah. And this was years ago. But I was very happy in my life. I loved my job. I was raising little kids. I was like, no, I don't think I could ever do that. I don't have any background in business. I like to read for fun, but I don't really know much beyond that. So it just was a conversation that stayed in the back of my mind. Well, then COVID hit, which everyone went through more time to reflect on themselves and their lives, maybe something they were missing out on, something that they weren't able to dream on because we had a regular life and we were just going in our regular cycle, and COVID just stopped all of those cycles. So I had some time on my hands and I thought, well, I'm coming to this phase in life where I have a little bit more flexibility. There's natural transitions happening. Maybe I'll just test the waters. Yeah. So I got online and Googled how to start a bookstore, which if you Google it, you will find you don't get a lot of answers. I'm
get it together,
kidding.
Google.
But yeah, so I thought, well, I'll just start with how to open a business. Looked on the Lakeland website, City of Lakeland. They have it mapped out. Cool. It's a great resource. And I just started with a board, sticky notes, color coded. Here's what we would need. Here's sort of just all the thoughts in my mind, putting it into an organized form. So then it started with a phone call, like everything always does. Yeah. We were walking downtown. There was a space next to Revival. Okay. The bar. Have you been?
Not often.
It's really cool.
Not after last time. So you understand. We don't have time right now, but
it's really cool. So there was a sign that had a number. I said, I'm just going to call this guy. It was for rent. I'll call him.
Sure.
We'll just start with that. So I did. And he's like, sure, I'll meet with you. So I went and saw this location.
Ah, good job.
So that's sort of how it all started. And it's a very long story, but from that point, that was December of 2020 and the doors were open July 2021.
That's
so in
crazy.
6 months, that's all of that.
That's ridiculous. Good job. So listen, I love Lakeland. I've lived here for 18, 19 years now, and I love being in this city. I love being a part of this community, and I love it when people, like, there's people that are always going to be detractors, haters, and critics and all that stuff. But I love people that instead of going the negative route, they want to build something brand new. And so you built something here, and I'm so happy you did. I love this space. Like, this space is a big part of the Maybe You're Like Me story, whether you knew it or not. And I'm so honored that you would let us like do this release party and live recording here.
Absolutely. And, this is what the space is for.
Oh man. And okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. For a little while, you were the scariest person in Lakeland to me.
That is hilarious.
How tall are you?
5'3" and a half.
Okay, 5'3" and a half. You were a 5'3" and a half of like fear for me. And here's the reason, because I had this big audacious in my brain goal to start something. And there's something about not having what you need to get something going, but then the kindness of people that will make the way for you to do it. Your kindness means so much to me. And I'm so happy that you're part of our community. Thank you for all of this.
Well, you know what? We are alike, because there was also a person I was very intimidated to talk to. Yeah. From starting the business, who has now probably become one of my closest friends and mentors.
That's awesome.
In the business world here. So
are you proposing to be my mentor right now? Oh my gosh. Well, I accept, obviously. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
But it's funny how intimidation works. Like why? Yeah. Why do we get intimidated? What is that? It's a cultural thing, like asking questions and being afraid of not knowing things. I don't know where that comes from, but
yeah, being scared of a no is a weird thing. I had to get over that. Yep. Yeah. And since then, I've started like asking people random things. I actually saw a thing about people who like they're challenging themselves to just get no's all the time to build up a not a vaccine for it, but just to, yeah. But yeah, they get used to the no's, a tolerance for it. That's why my wife is here. Thank you so much. But yeah, they built up a tolerance for it. And so one of the things they did was they went to a Steak and Shake or something, and they asked for a burger refill. And so I'm going to start doing that now. Just trying to get some no's. But what if they say yes?
They could.
You get a burger refill. That's the best day ever.
Yeah. So, what have you got to lose? Like nothing to lose.
So thank you for not being as scary as I thought. You're still kind of scary. You look very dangerous. All right. So
that is so funny. I always try like pre-life, like teacher life. Mm-hmm. I can give the look. You have to know how to do it when you're controlling a classroom. But
you halfway did it, and I'm again terrified of you again. So
I can pull it out, but.
All right. So at this point, this is fun. This is the first time that I've recorded a podcast episode that people have heard the podcast, which is a little bonkers to me. But this is the first round of questions. It's the more fun round of questions.
Okay.
It is. I call it the first date round because a long time ago, I was writing or trying to write some weird books, like pocket-sized books called My Awkward Guide to Blank. And so it could have been anything. My Awkward Guide to Karate, My Awkward Guide to Breaking Your Toe. I don't know. Just My Awkward Guide to Anything. I've done one of those things recently, and it didn't end up well for anybody. And it wasn't karate. But yeah, so it could be My Awkward Guide to Anything. And the only one that I could think of was My Awkward Guide to Dating. And so and the only thing I could think of was you got to ask the right questions. And so these are some fun kind of first date style questions. I'm super married. You are too. So let's keep it that way to the people we're both married to. But so let's get this first round going.
All right,
okay,
let's do it.
So these are the fun light ones. Okay.
Okay.
So who did you vote for? I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Wait a second. That's a good one.
I thought about that this morning and I laughed at myself for way too long. And so I had to do it.
Yeah, I was not thinking you were going to ask that. Woo, okay.
Now I'm the scary one again. I am the captain now. All right, you ready to do it? All right, so for realsies, what would your perfect morning look like? If you had like your dream morning, what is that for you?
I love a slow morning, waking up when no one else is awake.
Okay.
Coffee is a must.
Oh, absolutely.
I sneak up here to get it sometimes. Okay. Yeah. What
is your go-to coffee drink?
Americano.
Okay. This is the country we live in, so that's good. So
yes. And then after I do like to exercise.
Okay.
I wake up with a to-do list in my head. I'm the most productive the first 2 hours of the day, and then it's all downhill from there. So.
Oh, wow.
I do like to get up and get going.
Okay.
It probably drives my husband nuts, honestly.
Yeah. You and I are very different people on that one. The first 2 hours, you better not talk to me. And if I don't have breakfast, it's a horrible, horrible situation. So for you, are you an early riser? Is that what I'm picking up on too? How early are we talking here?
Not super early.
Okay, good. We can still be friends.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, a good morning, good coffee, get some exercise. And that's fantastic. That's a good morning. Mine is a lot more Frosted Flakes, but that to each their own. So
awesome.
So yeah,
my brother loved Frosted Flakes. He ate it every day.
I still do. Let's be honest. So you can't go wrong with that. All right. So if right now you could go to college for one thing, it could be like the most serious thing. It could be the most fun thing. If you could go to college and get a degree in something, Billy Madison styles, whatever you want, what are you going to get a degree in if you went to college right now?
That's a tough question.
Okay.
Because I loved college.
Whoa.
I was college music ed. It was amazing.
Yeah, we saw you do the hand
choral
signals.
Music ed, not choral music ed, not college music ed. But I loved my major. I don't think I have any regrets there. But I do think being a little bit, when you're in school, you take it kind of for granted. So now I've had some time and I'd love to go back and study business.
Yeah.
And have the confidence to do that. Mm-hmm. Or history. I love history. Any
certain period in history that you love?
All of it. All of it.
I thought you were going to go with the Cretaceous period.
I'm not a good first date. It's amazing. I'm not a great first dater,
God bless your husband.
What about you?
All right. So, but okay, back to you real quick before we get into me. Well, like if you just like a zany one, like it's not going to help your life in any way, shape or form. What are you going to like go to college for to get a random degree in?
Photography.
Ooh, okay. I can get down with that. I take photographs all the time and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, good call.
Yes.
You didn't go very zany, but it's okay. All right. So
what would you do? Super zany.
Serious. I would probably go to school. I'm dumb. I didn't think through this one myself. So I'm gonna hip shot this one. I would go to school for, on the serious side, biochemistry.
Whoa.
That is not a real answer.
Dedication.
Actually, that's my zany one. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I think if I could, they say that when a man turns 36, that he either gets into smoking meats or learning about World War II. And so I'm going to just go ahead and steal that.
Sounds great.
Yeah. And so I'm going to get a history degree specifically in World War II, not just history.
Okay.
Like some people.
World War II. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do it with you.
Hey, look at learning things together.
Let's go learn things together.
And zany, I'm just going to go back to biochemistry because I can't think of anything else, that or karate. Can you get a degree in karate? I'm going to. All right. So, all right. What is
a useful skill?
Absolutely. All right. So you own a bookshop. So I got to ask you something about books.
Okay.
Can you read? Just kidding. What is a book that you've read and you just reread over and over and over again?
Well, I like to revisit classics.
Okay.
Because I think you learn something new for each time. A lot of times you're required to read them in high school.
Yeah.
And you don't appreciate them or enjoy them.
Absolutely.
So a book that kind of sparked, and it's going to sound nerdy, but I promise you it's accessible. Count of Monte Cristo. It's an amazing book. It's a little intimidating.
Sandwich. Oh, sorry.
But keep a note card, write the characters down.
Okay.
And you'll be fine. But I like to reread classics. Other than that, it's hard to reread a book because you're worried that you're not going to like it the same. If you love it and then you read it again, sometimes you're like, oh, wait. I just want the memory of how much I liked it because it spoke to you in that phase of your life. You know what I mean?
All right. So kind of the same question, but the opposite. What is a book that you never, ever, 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 ever want to read again?
I typically can't read like horror or super thriller. It's too scary.
Okay. Stephen King listens to this podcast. So if you'd like to issue a personal apology. Okay. Sorry, Stephen. Next time. Yeah, those are good choices.
What about you?
All right. So books that I could reread over and over again. Actually, the book Ready Player One, it was just so fun. I like a good science fiction, that kind of thing. Or if on like a serious book, I've really enjoyed reading Steve Jobs' biography. Or I'm a big biography guy. Or Dave Grohl recently published a memoir biography, and that was a blast. I enjoy those. Book that I never want to read again. And this one's going to get me in hot water with a bunch of nerds, but I'm here for it. The Hobbit. Yeah, there it is. Bring your booze, it feeds me. Listen, The Hobbit is this. The Hobbit is a book about them trying to go kill the dragon. Then like the second to last, the spoiler alert, I don't care. The book is like 1 billion years old. But they finally get to the dragon. Somebody else that we've never heard of, doesn't have a name, shoots an arrow and kills the dragon. And then the rest of the book is a land dispute. And I just, like, who gets the diamonds inside the mountain? That book is horrible, but people love it. Andy Foreman is probably trying to kill me right now. It's worth it, though. That book, oh, man, that made me so angry. And then I tried to read the first Lord of the Rings book, and like the first 3 chapters were party planning, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So I'm sorry to everybody who loves those books.
That's a great thing about books. You don't have to like them all. You just like the ones that you're drawn to. That's fine.
And listen, I know I'm not the most mature reader when it comes to that stuff. So people out there that are judging my books, that's fine.
This is a no judgment zone.
Oh, good.
For books. Yes.
I saw that on the door walking in.
Yes.
Judgment-free zone. Oh, no, that was my gym.
Maybe we should add one for books.
Ooh, let's do it. So, Christina, now you know that I can barely read. And I learned a couple of things about you. It was a great first date round. And let's go to school together. Let's learn history.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So now we're moving into the slow round. This is a little bit less fun, a little bit more heart, a little bit more who you are. And this is gonna be fun for me because we just met. So
yes,
we're going to get to know each other real well, real soon. All right. So with Pressed, it's a big leap to go in 6 months to starting something brand new like this. And so you started this place, but what were some of like the mental hurdles you had starting Pressed? Because I know it wasn't easy.
Oh, absolutely. Confidence.
Yeah.
And again, just knowing how to ask questions and being okay with that scary feeling that you might not know everything, which who does?
Yeah.
But also for me, there was pressure since it was a career change. People thought I was crazy. But you love what you do.
Yeah.
And the idea that you can love two things, you can want to do two things. And I'm so blessed that in my life, I've been able to do both.
Yeah.
And music will always be a special thing for me. So I might find my way back there. But for now, I have learned and grown so much from this last year than in the other, I don't want to give my age away, but adulthood. You spend so much time building.
Yeah.
And you don't really know always where that's going to take you, but you just choose to say yes to every opportunity. And I always tried when I was able to say yes. And that just gave me the steps to build to this place. So yes, Pressed opened in a short time, but it was really years and years of building to get to that point, if that makes sense.
I know building anything can be scary, and there's always bumps and things you have to work over. But sometimes for me specifically, and maybe for a lot of people out there, sometimes the mental hurdles of just asking the questions, like asking you to do this, or asking people, that man that is your mentor now, that sometimes getting over those mental hurdles to get to it is the biggest thing to get it going. And so, like, again, thank you for taking those steps, for jumping over those hurdles, for having the tenacity to start something that is beautiful in our city. And so thank you for doing that. All right. So if you were to write a book, what book would you write?
I have a couple ideas. One is really silly. One is kind of in the middle, and then one could be sweet. So you want to hear all three?
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll start with the silliest. My husband and I, building our life together, have made a lot of purchases on Craigslist.
Absolutely.
And Facebook Marketplace.
Yes.
And we have some stories to tell about some of the things, people we have met, things we have bought, people that have bought our things. And I'm sure other people can relate.
Absolutely.
But we could probably write a short story collection at this point.
All right, we got time.
10, 12 chapters.
Give me a quick one. What do you got?
Okay. This one's sad though.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So it has a sad element.
Okay.
But just to show you like how powerful it was.
Yeah.
So we were selling our daughter's crib and dresser because she's getting bigger. She was getting bigger. So this lovely couple came over and we're like, wow, we actually could be friends with these people. So they met Paul. I never got to meet them, and got the furniture, left. And within about a week's time, I think it was a week, my husband's out driving on 4th of July and there's fireworks going off.
Oh, wow.
And he sees this dog running. And unfortunately, the dog was running across the road and something happened. So he saw it and he pulled in and tried to help the dog. And would you believe another car pulled in, and it's that couple.
Oh, crazy.
That it was the three of them, complete strangers, except this Craigslist time. And they were with the dog and helped, and it didn't end well. But just that connection and that weird, the world is so small.
Yeah.
Lakeland is so small. And they shared this moment together with just being strangers. So that is an example, and probably the saddest example, but I just felt like I should share because it's so crazy.
Yeah. To bring it up a little bit, a long time ago, we bought a truck off of Craigslist for the church I work at. And it was the shadiest thing I've ever done. Top 3. And we were in these people's garage, and there was a large Tupperware box just labeled needles. And I don't know, maybe it was for inflating basketballs. I'm trying to think the best of these people. Maybe. But that truck broke about 10 miles down the road, and it was a great day. So we didn't end up buying the truck, but what you gonna do? You
could write the prologue to our book.
I don't know if you want me to, based off that story alone. But all right, so that was your
Let's
your
go back
fun one.
to college for writing.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
We'll double major.
All right. Sounds good. Yes.
All right. So that was the silly one.
The middle one is similar. It's
also, that was the least silly book I've ever heard.
I know. I shouldn't. How about this book?
Bring the heat.
It would be my accompanying adventures, because similar to all the people I met, all the experiences with like random people and some really silly requests. But
absolutely,
the best is when you show up and they're like, "Oh, we added a couple more songs, if that's okay."
Ooh.
Sure, that's great. Never
What's
played
the
these
worst
before.
song you've played, and why was it Blurred Lines?
I don't think I've had a worse song. I think the most stressful was when he wanted me to change the key like 3 times on the spot.
Absolutely.
Which if you go like up a half step up or down, I can do. But if it's like, now we're getting into unknown territory, I'm just going to try my best.
You just got to throw a capo on the piano. It helps a ton.
I'm not a magician. I promise. I try my best. But yeah, so some good experiences there. And the last would be a children's book, because I love children's books. Picture book, maybe about a bookstore. Who knows? Maybe about Lakeland in a bookstore.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Those are great books. All right. So just for fun too, with all those books, like, is there any person in mind that you would want to write those books for? Let's just start with the kids' book. Like,
oh, my kids. Totally.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for those to come out. I will be your first fan in line, and I want to get those books signed. That'd be great.
Yes.
So please do it.
All right.
So the last one in the slow round is this. And it's kind of a big question, but in your life, when do you feel the most seen?
That is a tricky question for me. I can say when it comes to the business, there's so much that goes into every event and every decision, really intentional, that when I see people enjoying an experience or like kind of changed from it, or what's the word I'm looking for? Impacted by it, that it makes me proud to be doing what I'm doing, and makes it worth some of the harder days to just keep going. So yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And I've said it about 1 billion times tonight, but I am so grateful that like, again, your work has impacted me. It's impacted so many people in this room tonight. And so thank you for having the tenacity to keep with it and keep doing things. And so
absolutely. Well, it's so important to have, I learned this term, a third space. Have you heard this term?
Yeah.
Where you have your home and you have your work, but it's hard to find that third space. And once I heard that, I thought that's what it is. It's not just a bookstore. It's not just a coffee shop, but it's a third space for people to be able to come and use. And that's sort of what drives everything, that all the decisions we make.
And if you're listening and you've never been to Press, you're missing out. It is the most comfortable and warm space, maybe in Lakeland, maybe in the world. I'm not sure, but it's so great to be here.
Thank you.
Like, I've had like life altering conversations in this room. And so, like, again, thank you. So, and I hope that, you feel like, if that's what makes you feel, seeing your impact that you've made in your life, and, people doing that, I hope that tonight is, a great one for you. I hope that, that every day you get those moments where you feel seen. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Ah, man. All right. So this is the last question, and it is it's one that I'm just asking everybody on this, and it's been honestly for me the most fun, is what you're learning right now. Like,
I have a silly answer too for this, and then maybe
hopefully
a little bit more
really
silly.
A silly answer.
It is really silly.
Okay.
I really want to learn how to do latte art.
Ooh.
Because I always want to do everything that everyone, like the team, is learning to do, which was make coffee and all of the things I didn't know before this. So latte art is on my list of things I need to learn how to do, because I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess this summer I've just been really pushed and stretched, juggling being a mom and owning a business. And I feel like I wasn't doing either very well a lot of the days. So just learning how to step back and like take care of myself, but also know you don't have to go so hard every day. Like, just sometimes it's good to sit back and absorb and be okay in that place. You know what I mean? Instead of just go. So I feel like I've been stretched and pushed, and it's always just growing. That tension that you get, where you get to the other side and I'll feel like, oh, okay, I really just learned a lot during that season. So I'm coming out of that.
Yeah. I don't own a business, and I can't imagine like something that's thriving like this, and then trying to be with my family, be with my wife, and just all of the things pulling at your time, pulling at you. And that has to have been a fun and hard lesson to learn.
I think we're all like that. Maybe you're like me.
Whoa.
Maybe you're like me. You're like me. Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. I think I might write a book about that.
All right.
All right. So this is honestly, one of my favorite parts of the podcast. It's the common ground round. It's where we figure out if maybe you are like me on some things. And so we're going to play. And tonight we're doing this live with everybody. So tonight, everybody in their hands has a green and a yellow card. And so tonight, as I ask these questions, you get to hold up your answer. And the way it's going to work is this. The first answer is green. The second answer is yellow. So let's say, do you like cats or dogs? And so cats would be green. Second one would be yellow. Dogs are yellow. So let's just play around real quick. Cats or dogs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Tara's got both up.
That's me.
Illegal.
Yes.
All right.
Oh no, I'm going to be bad at this game.
All right. So you got your 3x5 cards there.
Yes.
You got your marker. Here we go. I'm going to pre-apologize for my handwriting.
All right.
At Christmas time, would you rather have a Christmas ham or a Christmas turkey? And no, you may not write Christmas goose, Charles Dickens. Green is 1, 2 is yellow. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Turkey.
Yes, turkey.
We got some hams out there. We got some turkeys. Who wants a Christmas ham? A Christmas goose for everyone. All right.
Okay.
We're in a bookshop.
Okay.
Would you rather have a hard copy of a book or listen to an audiobook? So far, we are alike. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. She wrote hard copy. I wrote audio.
No, hardcover all the way.
People like hardcover books.
You gotta hold it and smell it and feel it.
I can hold and smell my phone as it is playing.
No, it wouldn't be the same. Nope.
All right. This one, I'm interested to see what everybody says on this one. Would you rather be 4'1" or 6'9"? Christina's really judging this one. All right, everybody up on 3, 3, 2, 1.
I just want to know.
6'9".
I want to know what you see. What is it like up there?
I'm 5'10"-ish, so. What was everybody else's answers? Would you want to be tall or short? We got some shorties, we got some tallies. That's pretty great. All right. Would you rather go to an art museum or a history museum? All right, here we go, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
That was hard.
We both put history.
That was hard, though. Those are top 2. Yeah.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
But we're getting our major, so we need to go do
to learn history.
On-site study.
You are correct. All right. When you go to a museum, are you the type of person that stops and reads every little placard?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No.
I love my wife with all my heart, but going to any museum or whatever, it is every single stop you can make. She wants to stop and read everything. But she knows in the fort in St. Augustine where they kept all the cannonballs. So that's very important.
Yes.
All right. Last one. You're going on a family trip. I'm stressing family trip. Would you rather it be a road trip or an airplane ride? I'm still thinking myself. Here we go. All right, I'm just going to write one. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You wrote road trip. I wrote plane trip. What do we got out there? We got, okay, good job, everybody. A lot of people want to get on a plane and just get there.
I guess the plane, you're going to go somewhere probably far and different and new. I like that. But road trips, all of our family lives far away, so we're in the car a lot.
Okay.
That's where I come up with ideas like pressed.
Okay.
In the car.
Well, thank goodness for cars then. Yeah. Thank you, Henry Ford and Elon Musk. I don't know. So, all right. So for people that would maybe want to follow you and get to know you a little better, where can they find out a little bit more about you? Again, you don't post a ton, but
not on personal, but follow Pressed LKLD on Instagram.
That is an acronym for
Lakeland.
I thought it stood for Ladies Know Lovely Dioramas.
Keep going.
But yeah, Pressed. Please follow along with Pressed.
Yes.
And I wanted to thank you again one more time. Thank you so much for letting us do this here and being here.
Thank you for having me. It's been really a lot of fun to talk and get to know you.
Absolutely. It's been fun getting to know you too. And thank you to everybody who is here in person. Thank you for listening online. And I love you guys. Thank you for the support. One more time, thank you so much for listening to this live recording of Maybe You're Like Me. If you enjoyed this episode or if you've enjoyed any of the episodes, leave us a rating or a review wherever you're listening. It helps a ton. We can't wait to see you next week here on Maybe You're Like Me.